did my ex-husband try to stop his own wedding the moment he saw me? My ex-husband left me after 11 years of marriage because he said I wasn't exciting anymore. Those were his exact words. He said he loved me, but he wasn't in love with me. He said I had become predictable and boring, and he needed something more out of life. I was 34 years old and had spent my entire adult life building a home with this man. I put him through graduate school by working double shifts at a restaurant. I supported him through 3 different career changes. I moved to 4 different cities because his jobs kept relocating us. And after all of that, he sat me down one evening and told me he had met someone else. Her name was Brooke. She was 26 years old and worked at the gym. He said it just happened and he couldn't control his feelings. He said he hoped we could still be friends because I was such an important part of his life. The divorce was final 8 months later. He got the house because his name was on the mortgage even though I paid half of it for years. I got a small settlement that barely covered my moving costs. I started over completely at 35 with nothing but a suitcase and the cooking skills I had picked up working in restaurants for over a decade. I moved back to my hometown and got a job at a local catering company. Within 2 years, I had saved enough to start my own business. I worked every weekend, every holiday, every event I could book. I built a reputation for quality food and reliable service. By year 3, I had a small team and a client list that kept growing. I was proud of what I created from nothing. Then one afternoon, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. It was my ex-husband. He said he heard through mutual friends that I started a catering business. He said he always knew I was talented in the kitchen. Then he asked if I was available to cater a wedding in June. I asked whose wedding. He said his. He was marrying Brooke and they wanted the best caterer in the area and everyone kept recommending my company. He said it would mean so much to both of them if I could be part of their special day. He said Brooke specifically loved the menu samples she saw online and really wanted my food at her wedding. I sat there listening to this man ask me to cook for the woman he left me for. He didn't see anything strange about it. He talked about it like he was asking an old friend for a favor. He said he knew we had history, but we were both adults, and he hoped I had moved on by now just like he had. He even asked if I could give him a discount since we used to be family. I said yes. I don't know why I said yes. Maybe I wanted to prove I was over it. Maybe I wanted to see their faces when they realized how well I was doing. Maybe I just wanted the money because weddings pay well and business is business. I spent 3 months planning their menu. I coordinated with their venue and their planner and made sure every detail was perfect. I never spoke to Brooke directly. She sent requests through my ex-husband and he would relay them to me like I was some kind of assistant. She wanted a 5-course meal. She wanted a raw bar and a pasta station and a dessert table with 7 different options. She wanted everything to be elegant but not too formal. My ex-husband called me twice a week with updates and changes and new demands. He always ended the calls by saying how grateful he was that I was being so mature about everything. The wedding day came in early June. I arrived at the venue with my team at noon to start setting up. The ceremony wasn't until 5, so we had plenty of time. I was in the kitchen organizing stations when my ex-husband walked in. He stopped in the doorway and just stared at me. I was wearing my chef coat and had my hair pulled back and was holding a clipboard going over the timeline with my sous chef. He didn't say anything for a long moment. Then he said I looked really good. He said the business must be treating me well. He asked if I was seeing anyone. I told him that wasn't his concern and got back to work. The ceremony started on time. I watched from the kitchen window as 200 guests took their seats in the garden. The music started and Brooke walked down the aisle in a big white dress that probably cost more than my first car. My ex-husband stood at the altar waiting for her. He looked nervous, but everyone looks nervous at weddings. Then right before the officiant started speaking, my ex-husband looked toward the building, toward the kitchen, toward the window where I was standing. Our eyes met for just a second. The officiant asked if anyone had any objections. My ex-husband didn't say anything, but he didn't look away from me either. The ceremony freezes in this awful moment where my ex-husband is staring at me instead of his bride, and I can see Brooke's confusion turning to alarm as she follows his gaze toward the kitchen window where I'm standing.